The Great Depression of the 30s probably affected our family in that we never ever owned our own home. Now, so we rented homes, and I was sort of a little envious. I said, gee, Johnny's got a home. That's very nice, like to visit it. But, but at the same time, I wouldn't let that affect me. If I may put it this way, the Great Depression, it was an eye-opener, definitely for our family, without question. I know that in hindsight because you learn different things, that what your family did to make ends meet, and where they had to move to also make ends meet. But I think it made you a better citizen and much more concerned. I find today, for example, I'm as concerned about a dollar as anybody else. If I see a can on the road, I'll still pick it up and say, you know what, that's 10 cents. Taught back to give back big time. And also to be aware of the fact that in many, many ways, in this era we live in affluent Alberta, and for the most part, it's not affluent for everybody. And that's what people have got to remember. That the Great Depression of the 30s, which I grew through, is still prevalent for some people, some homeless people in Edmonton, some people that have to stay at the Herb Jameson Center or other buildings of that ilk, some people who still rely on the food bank, some people, women particularly, who are still battered and have to go to Wings or other organizations like that, for them and their children for 6 months at least. So I think while it was more prevalent maybe for more Canadians at that time, I would still think, put it this way, I think there's still a good number of working poor in Alberta, despite our affluence, as well as other provinces in Canada. And I think we've seen cutbacks over the last 2 years that affected many people who don't know where to turn and maybe learned only one thing in life and maybe don't have the wherewithal to say, you know what, I'm too old to try this. And I pray for those people, and I would encourage them, don't give up. Don't give up. Never give up, and that's one thing I would stress. I know things are tough and can be very, very tough, but please don't give up.